As a trusted advisor in a single-family office, are you ready to answer hard financial questions across all your clients' assets? Do you struggle to consolidate information across multiple funds? Can you share real-time data across financial and investment analysis? Are tough decisions documented in the context of your portfolio for future reference? Are you GAAP compliant and audit ready? Introducing Sage Intacct, the cloud financial management system meeting these demands for wealth management offices and used for over $500 billion in assets under management. Interviews with thought leaders in asset management have brought to light the acceleration of the diversification into alternative and illiquid assets, such as real estate, infrastructure, private equity, hedge funds, and private debt, potentially across multiple geographies. They've recognized the need to protect clients through not only more legal entities, but also more complex structures. Previously, this sort of structure was only available to large or sophisticated firms. We've seen a major shift to this strategy, even by modestly sized firms. Lawyers, tax accountants, and auditors agree that the effective utilization of this strategy is fundamental to the protection of assets, acquisition of assets, and sale of assets. Let me briefly show you how Sage Intacct keeps you in control across funds in your single-family office. In this simple example, a growing single-family office has 3 funds for their client, dealing with U.S. real estate, European real estate, and private equity. The tools and processes are equally applicable to different kinds of funds in different locations. The recent passing of Brexit has caused concerns about the European fund and how it's impacting the portfolio overall. A client meeting scheduled for next week has been moved up to this afternoon. We start with a built-in role-based dashboard that instantly captures financial information from across the business. In the dashboard view of the U.S. real estate fund, we instantly see the latest financial and operational analysis in key performance indicators. We can see that cash is down versus prior quarter, but up versus prior year. Drilling down into the data, we instantly see the transactions driving that metric. Getting to underlying data right inside the system of record is a key component to staying GAAP compliant and surviving an audit. Jumping over to the European real estate fund, we see that assets have been suddenly impacted and come down. We can see the latest financials and KPIs for instant analysis. Because asset class is tracked as a dimension, we can see how each individual asset class affects the fund. As we move to the private equity fund, you can see that our private equity company has made a breakthrough. They're getting extra funding with a post-money valuation of $50 million, up from $5 million. Looking at these 3 different funds, we see that they have different focuses but a shared chart of accounts. Because a shared chart of accounts allows for continuous consolidation, the advisor can pull up information from across the organization. If you work across borders in multiple currencies, the system automatically consolidates to a single base currency for consistent analysis. And the client wants the top-down picture this afternoon. As you can see in this top-level view, overall, we're doing well. We can also look at the consolidated funds from the perspective of the portfolio analyst, gaining additional insights into metrics important to that role. Beyond tracking what you did and when you did it, it's important to track why you did it. Rather than relying on emails, Sage Intacct provides a consistent front-to-back office compliance tool. You collaborate on decisions and then document those decisions in the context of the financial records they relate to. Note the advisor's comment. After seeing the consolidated data, we've decided to have a renewed focus on U.S. real estate. We need to analyze by location. Also, we need further cash-on-cash analysis. Great job getting the details on short notice. See the included snapshot of the graph, now permanently stored as part of the conversation. A follow-up note from the portfolio analyst says, "Given the decisions made at the meeting today, we have a short-term opportunity on a golf course in Orlando. We're behind in the deal and need to make a decision ASAP. Check cash and committed capital." A year from now, when the advisor and client are discussing why they shifted focus, they can replace recollections and speculation with a documented decision and audit trail. With a consistent view across all the funds, they can continue to slice and dice by fund, location, and asset class, including foreign funds and private equity over time, all with no IT support. With dozens or even hundreds of funds, the process is the same. In summary, using Sage Intacct's dashboards as a starting point They analyze the strategy in real time using financial and operational data consolidated from across the portfolio. They drilled down to see the meaning behind the numbers, the transactions, and the collaborative conversations. Advisors were able to define the problems and decide what to do next. And then, and this is important, they were able to document those decisions, capturing a record for future discussions. Along the way, automated close and roll-up processes keep the company GAAP compliant and audit ready. And because the office has been so successful, it's been able to quickly add funds and keep growing. Start gaining greater visibility and control of assets under management by scheduling a live demo of Sage Intacct today.